Dinky number 688, the Morris, field artillery tractor. The field artillery tractor was based on the Morris commercial C8, a light 4x4 gun tractor. Dinky brought this in 1961, early in 1961, and it lasted all the way through to 1970, so it's obviously quite a popular one. It was initially part of the number 697 field gun set, which also came with a limber and a 25-pounder gun. I haven't got those, but it was, so I don't know whether it's actually originally part of a set that was split up or it's one that was sold individually, because this was sold individually, as I said, as number 688. It was shown in Dinky catalogue in 1970 for 6 and 11, although the original price was just 3 and 11. And it was in 143 scale, as was most of the Dinky military range that came out in the 50s until the sort of early 60s. They were pretty consistent, which is good. The Morris C8 was used as our standard artillery gun tractor. There were 4 or 5 different versions of quads, but this particular one, the Morris one was introduced in, I think it was about 1939, and remained in production throughout the entire war. So it was non-armoured, despite the fact it looks armoured, the fact it was sloping sides and stuff, but it wasn't armoured. It was could achieve up to 50 miles an hour and had a 70 horsepower engine. Now, some were, each regiment, it served the field artillery regiments, each regiment had 36 of these quads, 24 towed the limber and gun, and 12 towed 2 limbers. They were used at the very, very beginning of the war, the British Expeditionary Force in 1939 to 1940 during the Battle of France, towing, well, up to Dunkirk, obviously, towing 18-pounder, 25-pounder, 4.5-inch howitzers, and some were lost, of course, at Dunkirk, and some of them were actually taken to service by the Germans afterwards, as they used captured vehicles they could repair here and there for various different reasons. Still, this is a Mark III. Over about 6,000 were made from 1941 to 1943. That's enough history because, as I said before, this stuff's all out there, but just a very, very quick little look at it. So here we are. The reason it's rattling is that the driver is in there, but his feet have fallen off his mount, so I don't know how to fix him back in. The only way I'm going to do it would be to drill the whole thing open and then refix it or re-rivet it. I'm not sure I really know what I'm doing, so I probably won't bother doing that. So sorry it's rattling a little bit, but the poor old driver's in there having concussion. Right, made in England, number 688, Dinky Toys Field Artillery Tractor, Meccano Limited. Sort of plasticky wheels. But right, okay, so there we are. Perhaps one day I'll get the 25-pounder, but I'll show you with that. But at the moment I don't have that. But who knows if one turns up cheaply enough on an auction site, or if I'm really, really lucky in a charity shop. But that never happens anymore, does it? Because charity shops know exactly what they're looking for, and you can hardly ever get a bargain in them. Still, enough of me ranting and rambling. Okay, back soon with something else. Bye. Right, although I just said goodbye, slight addendum. It turns out this was actually manufactured first in 1957, and my version here is an early one because the earliest ones didn't have windows. Later on, in 1961, roughly, they did change it and they added windows into it. So I told you the wrong dates earlier, so this is actually manufactured from 1957 all the way up until 1970. Okay, thank you.